get to the money. Gotta get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. So you know that I'm on it. Gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids in there. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. And gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids in there. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money.
Welcome to another episode of Drinking After Dark, a podcast where we discuss random topics while having a few drinks. I'm your host, Darius, and as always, drink responsibly. And y'all make sure y'all follow Drinking After Dark podcast on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe to Drinking After Dark podcast YouTube channel. Before we get started, I'd like to give a huge shout out to my sponsor, Joe Shakinab and Shakinab.com. Go visit Shakinab.com for services, monthly updates, and contact information. Once again, visit Shakinab.com, promoting leadership and scholarship. Y'all know what it is, Drinking After Dark, and y'all know what I drink on as always. I'm drinking on that Crown Royal Vanilla. I got it right here in my hand. And I always mix that with that Dr. Pepper Cream Soda. So, it's my go-to drink. If y'all have any suggestions what I should try next or whatever I should try, just send a DM or comment below on this video, and I'll give it a shot. And I'll tell y'all what I think. How y'all been, man? How y'all been, man? This is gonna be a great episode. I'm feeling great. A lot's been going on. Excuse me. A lot's been going on, and I'm really excited. I'm taking next steps, to really get this name out there, Drinking After Dark podcast, really push it out there. So thanks for all the love and support. Just keep grinding with me, man. We're gonna get it all the way up to the top. Man, first off, man, I just want to ask y'all, how's y'all Easter weekend? How was it? Because I know it was pretty good, man. It was pretty good. It was actually raining pretty much all weekend. It's been cool out here too. It's been cool out here. But it was a great weekend. My daughter, she had a great time, Easter egg hunting and everything like that. The neighborhood where basically, my granny stays and my family grew up in, they did something for the community. That was great. So I got to give a shout out to my cousin, Ebony, for helping putting that together, and all those in the community, man. Shout out to you guys for doing great things. Keep up the great work. Yeah, it was great. It was great. Family came in this past weekend, and it was just a cool little vibe all weekend long. And Sunday was great as well. Great food, being around your family. There was another Easter egg hunt we just did with the family, with the little kids, with my daughter and my little cousins and my nephews and stuff like that. And we also did an adult Easter egg hunt. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show y'all a couple of things that I got from there. This is what they did, right? So they didn't have like eggs or anything like that. They had alcohol. So the alcohol, I got, let me see, is this two different things? Yeah, so it was like little small bottles, of alcohol and stuff. But it was great. We had some fun, and so I'm gonna show y'all this. So I got this Amsterdam. I never heard of this. Dr. McGillicuddy's. I got that. Never heard of them. I also have this this right here, this rum. coconut rum. I have got this right here, and I got this sour apple uh thing. Right, I'm gonna try it. Um, New things will be coming to the channel, YouTube channel, as well. So, there's things I'm going to do for strictly for YouTube. That's not going to be for like the actual podcast, but it will be on the Drinking After Dark podcast YouTube channel. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna do different things. We're gonna do different things. I'm ready to explore and all of that stuff. Um, and also too, man, y'all make sure y'all follow Drinking After Dark podcast. I'm always gonna push it on my social media platforms, Drinking After Dark podcast, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. My goal is to get like 50,000 followers by the end of this year. So if you're seeing this video, not only subscribe to Drinking After Dark podcast YouTube channel, but let's get those followers up on TikTok as well. Let's get up to 50,000, man. Then we're gonna keep going up from there. Man, I'm still thinking about the food I ate on Sunday, Easter Sunday. It was great, man. Got to watch some great games too this past weekend. I know some of you guys are still, betting on the games, online and stuff like that. But from what I'm seeing, it's going to be a great playoffs, like I predicted. So I can't wait to the finish line. Definitely can't wait for the finish line. What else? Also, too, stay tuned. I got some things I'm coming up with next month that I'm gonna try, see how that works, and if it works out the way I want to, I'm gonna keep doing it once a week, like I do my podcast. But some things that I'm going to try, just to do some different stuff, with this channel and for my supporters out there. I'm just looking to have fun, man. This is why I created this. Is to have fun. And not only to have fun, but also to bring others on and have fun with me, talk, drink a little bit, just nice little feel, you know what I mean? No drama, anything like that. I don't get into stuff like that. I think people who have to have drama, they don't have anything else to offer. Just my opinion. So if you mad at that, be mad at yourself. I really don't. Really don't care. What they say, I don't give a damn. That is pretty much like my feeling. Man, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I can't believe it's springtime already. It's springtime already. The weather here has been kind of bipolar. Like, if you're from where I'm from Tennessee. So there's gonna be times where you feel like, man, it's feeling good out here. It's springtime, then it goes right back to winter weather. So we haven't put up the winter clothes just yet, but we will eventually. We will. As time gets closer towards May, it will happen. But I wouldn't even be surprised. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if we end up getting like snow one last time. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. If we get snow one last time, then I'm like, all right, now we done with snow. Because usually around this time we actually get some snow. But this past season, winter season, it's been coming, January and February and stuff like that. So it's kind of normal. It used to be late March, early April, or even mid-April at the latest. But it's been coming when it's supposed to come. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the summer, man. We're in the springtime, but I'm also looking forward to the summer. Continue to push forward with new projects and things that I'm working on. So I'm just excited, man. Y'all just keep showing love and support, man, and tell your friends and family about Drinking After Dark podcast. I do have guests coming on. So stay tuned to that. I can't wait. I'm ready for the new round of guests. I'm reaching out to people. So I'm really doing it, man. I'm really doing it. Goal, like I said, is to get to 100 episodes. So we're almost halfway there. Almost halfway there. So I'm keep grinding, man. I'm gonna keep grinding. I'm gonna keep bringing you guys content and things like that. So, but what else has been going on? I don't know what else been going on, man. I'm looking like it's been a lot been going on, especially like in the news, and you hear different TV shows, shows getting canceled. You got my bad, y'all. My daughter is still up. I don't know why she's still up, but I guess she's thirsty, so she getting something to drink. If you heard something in the background, I keep it real on this podcast. You know what I mean? So it's what I do. Um, yeah, man. I really don't get into politics. I really don't get into like religion, but you got a lot of people out there who's been talking about it and stuff like that, to where I just feel as if I don't know. I'm not gonna fall into that pressure to talk about politics or even religion. It's not me. For one, I'm not an expert on politics. I think a lot of people comment on um, politics mainly just share their opinions. And the thing about it is, you always got to be careful when people, I think when they present their arguments, a lot of times it's facts, but sometimes it's their personal opinions that they want to believe is facts. So you got to be careful with that too. I understand, you feel a certain way about certain things. We all do. But that is how I see it. Religion, on the other hand, religion has been yeah, I mean, I'm the type of person, man, whatever you believe in, if it works for you, it works for you. I think the problem is people are trying to force, whatever religion you're a part of onto you. Because if you don't believe what they're believing in, then they say you're absolutely wrong. And it's not necessarily that. Sometimes it just don't work for them. It's basically, it's just, if it's helping them living their life right, why would you mess with that? Why would you mess with that? I know they're saying that the church, people are leaving the church, um, especially the younger generations are leaving the church, um, for a variety of reasons. It's not just one specific reason, but it's a lot of variety of reasons. Work, you got people who work on Sundays, unfortunately. Um, you also have the culture around that particular church. So a lot of times they might not leave the church as an entirety, but they probably leave in that particular church. So, I think, at times if you were trying to grow your church, I think you have to definitely reevaluate the culture at your church and what some of the things that you could change at the church to keep people to stay. Um, so that's what, my mindset is. Because I remember growing up in the church, I ain't gonna lie, it was forced. I mean, when you're a kid, you ain't got no say so. You don't have a say so. You just have to go. But I remember growing up in the church, you kind of look forward to it because you're gonna have fun. You're gonna be around your family. You're gonna be around friends and things like that. So but there's a lot of things the church doesn't necessarily prepare you for either. It's basically like school. Like school don't prepare you for the real world, not in the sense that you think it does. Church, in a way, doesn't really do that either. Get what I'm saying? They always talking about growth and growth and growth. You gotta be careful. You gotta listen to what they're saying, because a lot of times they're just talking about spiritual growth. They're not really talking about personal growth in terms of you going out there and being successful, right? And the thing about it is the church itself is very influential, right? If you don't believe me, look at politics. Look at look at the culture, society as a whole. It's very influential. Just like hip hop, very influential. So, if you're gonna do that, put stuff together at the church that could bring people to the church. I think a lot of times it's just strictly based on the Bible and things like, which it should, because it is a church. But there's a lot of things the church can do to grow and have people come back. Especially because most churches are small churches anyway, so they're very community based. And I think that churches who are making an effort to get into the community and give back to the community, but also too, why not educate the community, right? Have it to where you have classes set up, teach, whether it's cooking, whether it's teaching a class on how to start a business. What else? Financial literacy classes, things like that. Because they're not going to teach it in school, and I hate to say it, but a lot of kids ain't going to learn it at home. You know what I'm saying? Because their parents are not in the situation to teach them financial literacy, because obviously they're not doing too well in that area. So it's I think there's a lot of things the church can do. The question is, are they going to do it or not? You got some people who look at the church as like, they're going to be very judgmental, and you come, you different. They like, who's that person or whatever. Or, sometimes the church is just take and not really trying to give back, But hey, man, there's a lot of room for growth throughout society as a whole. So I think it's one thing that if you're a pastor at a church and you really see opportunities for growth, sometimes doing stuff like that could bring people back into the church, because then you're showing them that you care and we want to see you succeed. So that's what I think. I think that's something that could happen, should happen. And if they do it right, I mean, they will grow the church again. But they got to put in the effort to do it too. I see a lot of churches out there who was trying to do it, and you got a lot of churches who ain't. So that's just how it is. That's the way I just look at things. See, I look at things kind of differently than other people. I'm a quiet person by trait, so it's kind of weird for me to have a podcast and to be able to like talk to people. I worked in sales, so me basically talking with people, communicating with people is not a problem. But I'm very observant. As a quiet person, I'm very observant, and I'm always looking at my surroundings. And I just think that, in my opinion, I just think that when you basically just sit back and you just really just observe what's going on, you will just understand, and you'll actually have more knowledge to spread around. No, there's a couple things you can do in this world is sit back and observe, and basically to experience things yourself. Experience things yourself, and I think that's the greatest teacher of all. Experience, but you also got to, you have to see it. Like even when I was in school, like I could follow directions, in my ear, but also I have to observe. I love to observe more more so than listen, because you could say one thing that means something completely different. But if you put it up on the board, I like, okay, I got it now. And that's how some people are, when it comes to learning things. Some people are audio, some people are visual. So I was more of a visual learner than an audio learner, even still to this day. Um, Speaking of schools, man, I think our education system, what they got to do, they got to do a better job of protecting the students. I don't know what it is. It's like no place is safe for kids anymore. Like I don't know why. You can't kids. It's you worry about them going to school, church, home. It's like, man, what the hell is going on out here? I mean, you hear it in the news, man. Like the mass shooting still going on in school to this day. Still going on to this day. Ain't stopping anytime soon. Why? Why is that happening? Why is that happening? I know in my lifetime, I remember when I was in elementary school when the Columbine stuff happened. And I was like, and that was a huge story. Like every school shooting is a huge story. But I think that one was huge itself because I don't think it was actually as publicized. You know, you see kids like that bold enough to go to school, shoot other kids. For whatever reason, they were bold enough to do it. And throughout my lifetime, starting with that, I'm 34 now, like I said. Um, to see the everything that's been going on, and you wonder why education has really is just really losing its value, because part of education is safety. You got to make sure the kids are safe. Yes, you have an SRO officer at these schools. Maybe you need to have one more. Maybe, you know, you have teachers out there who are leaving the field because it don't pay much. The only ones who stay in the field is, based on the fact that they've probably been in so long, their pay is up high, and they're not going to take a pay cut. They're not doing that. Definitely not doing that. And you got to think too, if they have a spouse that's out there making a lot of money, they could do this for the love of teaching. Now they want teachers to be in it for the love of it. But I hate to say it, everything is a business. Everything is a business. And you probably got teachers who are looking at it as an opportunity, especially in public schools, to get the experience in, then go work at some fancy private school where they know that's where the money is, instead of being at a public school and there's really no money there. So they're doing it for the experience and they move on. And then now it's hard for you to get more teachers because people like, wait a minute, they don't really pay much. You want me to go to school to do what? And how much y'all gonna pay me? Man, you out your damn mind. But look, man, it happens. It happens, man. And like I said, the education system is not being truthful to students. It's not. They're definitely not being truthful to students. I'm not talking about, on the elementary school level. I'm really definitely talking about on the high school level. Definitely talking about on the high school level because the thing is, matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you this true story. I was at work and I met a lady who graduated from college with her degree in marketing, which I also have my degree in marketing. We actually graduated from the same school, just of course different years. She just graduated like 2 years ago, and she basically saying right now she's not even using her degree. And I'm asking myself, I'm like, why are so many people going to school, going to college, and they graduate, but they're not using their degree? Is it the fact that there's not enough jobs for college graduates? Or is it the fact that these jobs out here have these ridiculous requirements for college graduates and you don't want to pay them the money that, you should be paying them because you want to keep so much in your pocket to where you don't want to pay these people that you're saying, oh, they should have these qualifications, whether it's a bachelor's or a master's, and like 5, 7 years of experience, but we only gonna pay you around $15, $16 an hour or around $40,000 a year. But yet an electrician is gonna make 6 figures a year. It's pretty much almost guaranteed they're gonna make 6 figures a year. You know, welders, plumbers, was it HVAC, stuff like that. They're going to make good money. You see what I'm saying? They're going to make good money and they didn't even go to college for that. Everything you do, like everything when you get older, it's going to be about money by the end of the day. Let's just be real. It's going to be about money, because that's how you're going to survive, honestly. You got to think bills got to get paid. You got to have food on the table, clothes on your back, shoes on your feet. All these things, man. It's about money. And that's the sad part. You gotta think too, man. I know when I was in high school, we didn't have financial literacy classes. When I was in high school, I graduated 2006. In 2006, when I was in high school, they didn't have no financial literacy classes. None. Which I think should be a requirement for you to graduate. But they don't want to do that. They don't want to be like, all right, we're going to teach you this because we know the importance of money, but they don't want to give out secrets. Well, it's not really secrets. They don't want them to be responsible. They don't want them to be responsible with money. And like I said, a lot of kids are not learning that at home. So if they're not learning at home, we know they're not learning it at school. That's why, like I said, the education system is stupid. Think about it, right? When you go to high school, everything is a pipeline. That's what it is. Everything is a pipeline, right? Let's take away elementary school kids, middle school or junior high, wherever you call it. Let's take those kids out. Let's focus on high school, college, right? You go to high school for 4 years, and they might have different paths. I know when I was in high school, you had the college path, the technical path. It was a dual path where were pretty much in both, right? But most kids, they're going to the college path because we've been taught not only by the education system, but also through our parents that education is key to your success. What they didn't see was the change in society with the use of technology, right? Not only the use of technology, but now people are saying, oh, I can make money off of this without necessarily having to go here. So now I'm not wasting 4 years and being in student loan debt. I can go over here and start making money. Now, however you decide to do it, that's on you. But they see you can make money off of it. Like I said, once again, money. Because they bring it up. They say, well, a college graduate makes this much more money over the lifetime than a high school graduate. I said, okay, if that's the case, who's really paying these people this money? Because I'm guarantee you that data is probably outdated. Because see, the thing about jobs is that you can have a career in anything, right? You could be an electrician, a plumber, HVAC, a carpenter, welder. You could be like a mechanic. Like you could actually work on cars. You could buy cars, flip cars, sell cars, which is not a bad, it's a great business, to be honest, especially if you're into the classic cars. If you into the classic cars, man, you doing all of that, man, you gonna be good, right? The detailers. Um, it's you know what? It's so many different options out there, but they put being a doctor and a lawyer on a higher pedestal and everything else. Don't get me wrong; those are very, very important jobs. Which they should be on that pedestal. But here's the thing: everybody's not going to be a doctor. Everybody's not going to be a lawyer. Everybody's not going to be an astronaut. Okay, let's just call it what it is, right? And we all know if you don't come from a financial stable background, it's going to be hard for you to even. You're already behind the eight ball anyway, so for you to catch up, now you have to be in debt and pray that you get a return on your investment and start making a profit off of your investment, because that's what college is really an investment, because you're investing in your future to go make more money. Hopefully you're able to go out there and do what you say you are going to become to do. But unfortunately, you're going to have people graduate from college and they're not going to be in the field that they're getting a degree in. And here's the thing too. Now, if they're in the field where, let's say they got a degree in this one field, but they end up working doing something else, but they're making so much money, they're not gonna think about that. You know what I'm saying? Because they making so much money, that money will make you forget things. It will definitely make you forget things. But if you're not doing that, now you're like, dang, what can I went to college for this, but I can't even get a job in my field. And I know the field that I'm in is very important. Like when you think about marketing, right? Marketing is the most important aspect of any business. Problem is, you worry about education, but you're not really focused on getting to know people. That's where it starts, networking. It's more important to have people that you know than the piece of paper you're obtaining from whatever educational institution. That's facts. I hate to say it. You'll go a lot further in life just by knowing somebody than to walk around with a piece of paper. Because that person that you know probably will know people and spread your name. That happens, you're good to go. Well, unfortunately, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard because you're not in a situation to meet people. So you're in a position of, I got to do whatever it takes to get to that level. But somebody who basically is born into that, they don't have to because they already got it. It's going to be handed to them. But yeah, education itself the value of education has dropped. And you'll be amazed how many people who have college degrees who are looking for jobs from somebody who don't even have a college degree. You'll be amazed. Be amazed. Because think about this, right? Bill Gates didn't even finish college. Mark Zuckerberg didn't finish college. How many college graduates have they hired? That's all I'm saying. It's out there. It's out there, but I think what we got to do is, man, I think you got to educate yourself. If that's something that you love to do, whether it's cooking, educate yourself on cooking. If it's cutting hair, yes, you have to go pretty much to school, get trained and licensed and stuff like that. But still educate yourself, man. Self-education, I think, is way more important. Because I'm gonna tell you too, man. I'm gonna tell you something about college. I said this early on one of my earlier episodes. Think about this. How many of those classes you took in college that has nothing to do with your major? You're taking science classes. You're taking art classes. I would say you have to take English class, English and math, you're definitely in a field. But in my field, I'm thinking like, okay, why am I taking science? Why am I taking a music class, an art class? Why am I taking what other class did I take? I took a physical education class. I'm like, this got nothing to do. Think about this. If they eliminated all those extra crap in college, shit, you'll be in college for probably about 2 years if they had eliminated all those unnecessary classes you had to take. But as a business, that's how they get money out of you. They charge you for pretty much each class that you take for that semester. That's how, unfortunately, that's how all the professors get paid, right? Because you're gonna have professors who are, you gotta think a lot of students are not going to school to be like history majors, you know, English majors. Not a lot. Like when you think about, excuse me, when you think about the top majors in college, you're looking at something in the medical, legal, business, technology, and that's pretty much the top because that's where everybody's going, right? Like I said, they're going where the money is. It's about money by the end of the day. You know, teachers gonna make it about education, but we got to be real. Unless they're making good money or they're working for a private institution that could pay them the money that because they'll leave. Trust me, they will leave their job or their teaching job at whatever school and go work at another school if it's paying them more money. That's something that they will do, and you can't blame them. I have an old high school teacher of mine who's in real estate. Left teaching, went into real estate, doing great. But that's all I got to say about education. But before I get out of here, man, I just want to say thanks for listening. You know, I'm coming to the end of this episode, man. I just want to say thanks for listening to Drinking After Dark podcast. Y'all make sure y'all follow Drinking After Dark podcast on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe to Drinking After Dark podcast YouTube channel. And be sure, man, to tell your friends and family about Drinking After Dark podcast. You know, I'm going hard on this platform. I'm going to grow this platform, man. It's going to be one of the biggest podcasts that's out there. I believe in it. I know you guys believe in it. So let's make this happen. Also, too, man, new episodes upload every Friday. They will upload at midnight Central Time. So that's 1 a.m. Eastern Time. So y'all stay tuned for that. And, man, yeah, you know, let's continue to do this thing. Until next time, I'm Darius from Drinking After Dark podcast, and we out. Peace.
Gotta get to the money. Gotta get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. So you know that I'm on it. Gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids and me. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. And gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids and they. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money.